We do budget meal every Wednesday. And I thought about it and thought about it. I think we could even do better than budget meal Wednesday. We could do a leftover meal or leftover dessert or things that we put with things we've already made and put together this week and make something new and different. Like this fruit cocktail that I had. I made the fruit cocktail from a half a can of fruit cocktail. I used half that banana to put in this fruit cocktail. I put a half a container of Cool Whip in here, and I put a fourth a package of marshmallows to make a wonderful fruit cocktail salad for us to eat. And it was enough for 4 to 6 generous servings. Well, there was still leftovers, so what could we do with those leftovers? The half a banana that I didn't use was something that would be easy to make a new dessert. So I'm going to share with you today a bunch of desserts that I made from leftovers that we had from our Sunday dinner. This pumpkin pie that I bought was $5.99, but it was a large pumpkin pie and it had enough for 8 servings. Well, there's nothing wrong with using that for something new and different. Well, all we bought new and different to make all the desserts you're going to see is this Stater Brothers vanilla bean vanilla ice cream. I spend under $4 for the container. Now I'm going to make a lot of desserts, and as you can see, half of it is gone and I still have half left, and we've already made 8 desserts out of that ice cream and we only used half. As you see in that one cup with the ram symbol on it, I put in there and some eggnog and put it in the freezer. Then I put the eggnog over the vanilla ice cream with a few little bit of raisins, and look how colorful it is, and it took hardly any ice cream at all. These are dessert bowls that I'm using, but they still look great, and it's keeping our desserts down to a smaller amount of calories, but it will be great to eat. Each bite full is going to be full of something interesting to eat. The only thing I had to spend for 8 desserts was that vanilla ice cream, and we only used a little over half of the container. And I made 2 of everything. This was my eggnog and vanilla ice cream with just a couple raisins thrown in to add a little color. That's all it was. Easy peasy. Now what else did I do? You don't need too much pumpkin to make something wonderful. I put a couple spoonfuls of pumpkin in the ice cream and a little bit of banana in it also, just to give a little different flavor and make something new for dessert. As you can see, it was very generous, and these I actually put in actual cereal bowls, so they were even bigger than my dessert bowls. And they were very good also. That is the amazing part of leftovers. You can put so many different twists on something simple. So far, basically the only thing that we have actually spent extra for was that half a banana and the ice cream. The pumpkin pie was a leftover. Technically, the banana was leftover from something else I made. So here we go, another great dessert, and it's all on a budget by using leftovers, making them almost free desserts. What do you think? And we had leftover cranberry sauce from our Sunday dinner also. So I put a couple good spoonfuls of vanilla ice cream in my dessert bowl and a couple spoonfuls small of cranberry sauce. So the cranberry sauce was really free. It was a leftover. As you can see, we're adding lots and lots of flavorful desserts, and we're still under $4 or $5 for all the desserts put together, and we have 8 of them total. So what do you think? Do you think I'm nailing it or not? Don't think you have to spend a lot of money to have a large variety of desserts. I think we're doing it great. And as you can see, I put jelly in one and one with cranberries. That gave us 2 of each of these and gave us a total of all these different desserts you could do just by putting something new topping on top of the vanilla ice cream to make something wonderful. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Just start with vanilla ice cream and use your imagination and see what you come up with. I bet I could have came up with 10 more recipes. So next time you have a large meal with lots of different desserts already been brought for a large dinner that you're doing with your family, think of all the leftovers you may have left over and what you could do with it. Sometimes just a simple thing like a half a gallon of vanilla ice cream can make some really wonderful desserts. And I could have easily, from that ice cream, I could have at least got 10 to 12 servings altogether. Easy. Because there was a lot left even when I made 8. So you can see that you don't have to spend a ton of money. You already spent the money once. Try to see what you can do with those leftovers. See what new things you could put together. And you'd be amazed at what you can put together by just seeing what you have that you just cooked or you just prepared. How can I use it in a different way? Make a different meal out of it so you don't get bored. And you don't want to throw the food out, but you want to have something interesting to eat also. There's a million different ways we could have made more desserts than what I shared today. But that's the whole idea of doing leftover meals or leftover desserts. Leftovers doesn't sound like it's very appetizing, but you saw. This pumpkin pie made a wonderful ice cream with pumpkin in it, and it was fresh, and it was wonderful. I had plenty of whipped topping. I could have put whipped topping on top of the ice cream, but I didn't do so. There's lots of things you can do, and just a little bit of leftover cranberry went a long ways also. The cranberry sauce was wonderful. It's amazing what you can do with just a little bit of leftovers and make something new and different, but you didn't throw it out. You made another dessert. I had a little bit of raisins left. I put that in the 2 ice creams to give a little bit of flavor. Like I said, I didn't use the whipped topping, so I can use that for something later down the road. Put it back in the freezer for another day. There's always something left. You just have to think out of the box. What you can put together with some vanilla ice cream. Oh my gosh, did I not come up with a lot? I could have easily doubled what I showed you today with no trouble at all. But there's always next time. So get prepared for maybe something to do with those marshmallows I got left over. Or maybe I had some fruit cocktails still left, and let's see what we can do with that. I can think of a million different things I can do with leftovers. So you don't have to throw it out, and you have something interesting to eat. For you don't ever feel like you're being deprived and you're always hearing, oh, stay on that budget. You don't have to. Now you see why my food bill looks pretty low most of the time. It looks like we're not hardly eating any food at all, because people don't think of all the different ways I can reuse food I've already prepared and use it in a different way. And I repurpose as much as I can, and I also freeze stuff and bring it back out. And that's how I can keep my food bill down to $150 or less and still eat really well and have a large variety. Thank you so much for stopping by for leftover desserts today, and we'll be doing this series every night on Wednesday. So please come and watch what I do.